Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who is the Prime Minister of the Royal Zulu household, has strongly dismissed rumours that King Zwelithini is no longer with us. Yesterday, social media was abuzz with speculation that the king had died while battling diabetes at a private hospital in KwaZulu-Natal. Let's speak now to Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who speaks on behalf of the royal houses as the king's prime minister. A very good afternoon to you, Prince Buthelezi. We know that the king...
Good afternoon,
Thank you so much for joining us, Baba. We know that the king had been admitted into hospital on Sunday. How is he now? What is his current state of health?
In fact, fortunately, as I was waiting for your call, I spoke to Queen Thandi, that is his wife, who is a nurse, who is in Durban with him. And he said that even tests that have been done today and yesterday have been very favorably commented upon by the doctors and the nurses, that the king, in fact, as I stated, was not frail even when he was admitted in hospital. It's just that he was in a hospital here in Zululand for 2 weeks with the glucose going up and down. And then, in fact, it was the minister of health himself, the Honorable Zwelithini, who made arrangements for him to be flown to a bigger hospital in Durban. And the doctors there decided that they needed to concentrate on this problem of the glucose, because it's a very serious problem with diabetics like myself, like him. And in fact, today, just a few minutes ago, I was informed that this morning, the reading of glucose was 7, which actually excited me because mine this morning was 7.7. That is almost normal. So there's every reason for us to pray further so that he should fully recover, because it's quite clear that so far the reports are very positive, because in any case, even when I made the first announcement, he was not frail. I mean, he was not frail at all.
Prince Buthelezi, it's Stephen Curtis here. From what you're saying, we can actually be pretty optimistic that King Zwelithini will make a full recovery.
I'm absolutely optimistic that he will definitely fully recover, because even when the decision was made to take him to hospital, it was because of this uncontrolled, level of glucose, which is a dangerous thing, because it's also a comorbidity of, in the current pandemic. So, as you know, every time there are statements about corona, it's always mentioned that, those who are vulnerable are people like myself, like him, who've got diabetes as well. And so therefore, if the diabetes is not controlled, then alarm bells are rung. And that's why it was felt that even though he was in a hospital, the Minister of Health, who is the final authority in the country, arranged for him to be flown to Durban. He's there with his authority. And even day yesterday, His Excellency, our President Ramaphosa, phoned me to ask me what his condition was, because he was also anxious to know what his real condition is. And I assured him that, in fact, there is no reason for concern, at present. Of course, there are no developments, for the West at all.
Now,
he's actually able to converse and to talk to people. He's not frail.
Prince Buthelezi, do we have an idea of perhaps when he will be released from hospital, when he'll be going back home to be with the family?
No, I don't know about that, because that is in the hands of the doctors. Because I've given you just the most positive report, which the Queen gave to me less than 20 minutes ago, to say that the problem of the glucose seems to be getting under control. And I think that if the question is stabilization of the glucose. So, I mean, this is a positive development. And I'm quite certain that, of course, the doctors will want this to see that it stabilizes. Since it goes up and down, they cannot just at the first positive, what you call, symptom like that, and then discharge him, especially when he has been in another hospital for more than a fortnight. It's quite a serious matter in view of the pandemic.
Well, thank you very much, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, for updating us on the status of King Zwelithini.